In today's class, we will see another method, send redirect. Okay. In the request dispatcher servlet, we'll have two methods. First one is forward, and second one is send redirect. And also we will see include method. Okay, what is include method, when to use and where to use. Send redirect is similar to forward, but how it is differ is we are going to discuss about that. Okay, forward method works at server side and send redirect method works at client side. Client means at the browser side. Okay, so it sends the same request and response object to another server. First of all, why we are using forward method and forward method. So forward method is used to transfer the control or give the request to another resource. That resource can be HTML, servlet, or JSP. Okay. So how to create forward? You already know. Get request dispatcher servlet. By using this method, you can get the request dispatcher object. So by using that object, you can call forward method. Okay. By using that same concept, send redirect will be used at the client side. See, forward doesn't create a new request, okay, but send redirect will create a new request. Okay, so it will create one more request, means you are redirecting, right? So you are not forwarding. Forwarding means as it is you are giving this request to another resource. Okay, so that resource will handle this request. Okay, but now this is not the case. So consider S1 is a servlet, S2 is a servlet. Okay. When client requests the S1, S1 will simply forward the request to S2. Okay. Same request has been sent to both S1 and S1 is in turn sending the same request to S2. Okay. This is a forward scenario. Okay. When it comes to send redirect, client request S1 and S1 will create one more request. Okay, it creates a new request. This request has been forwarded to S2 servlet. Okay, that is the difference. Here you are creating the means you are calling the forward method by using request. By using request.get dispatcher servlet, you will get the dispatcher object. By using that dispatcher object, you are calling the forward method. Okay, but when it comes to send redirect, you will call response dot send redirect. Okay, so by getting some response from the S1 servlet, you are creating one more request. Okay, so I have some example. So for this, let us create a new project. Send redirect. context icon generate web deployment script. See this code. So ఈ కీ ప్రోగ్రామ్లో మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే first we will show the client a sample page. So inside that sample page we are providing a form. Okay, in that form you will have a text box and you will have a button called submit button. By clicking on this submit button, ఏదైతే మనం టెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేస్తామో టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్లో ఆ టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్లో ఎంటర్ చేస్తున్న డేటాని నెక్స్ట్ సర్వ్లెట్లో మనం గూగుల్కి రీడైరెక్ట్ చేస్తాం ఈ రిక్వెస్ట్. You will understand that. See here, we are creating simple form. Okay, so that it will be called like this. Okay, so we will start the coding. Okay. So let's close all these things. So include servlet API. Okay. Click on build path, configure build path. So add external jars. So select servlet -API .jar. Apply and close. And next, insert this web content, add a form. New HTML. Okay. So you can take anything. Okay. Need not to take particularly that is this. So he's taking index.html. So let us take the same, and we need only this. Copy. Paste. This is sublet name. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం సబ్మిట్ చేస్తామో it will try to call this servlet. So you need to create this servlet. See here, our servlet is what? Search servlet. So change this thing. Copy, paste. Now our servlet is ready. Next we need a form. Our form is ready and servlet is also ready. Now what we will do? So most of the time we don't need all these things. Okay. Let us remove this method. Also remove this and remove this. Now form will call this servlet, right? Form will call this servlet. So we need to handle the form here. Okay, how you are going to handle? So the concept is send redirect, right? So we will simply redirect this request to Google search. Simple ఏం చేస్తామంటే user will enter some data. Okay. User will enter some data. So that data will be transferred to Google search. Okay. So how to call Google search? You may see the URL. See, this is the URL. First try this thing and create this. How to create that? Send redirect by using response. Okay. First, let's come into this. Response dot set content type. Okay. You already know this. Why we are writing this? Because I'm interested to display the data on HTML. Okay. So that's why I'm setting the content type. Okay. Later, print writer PW is equals to response dot get writer. So in order to write something onto the console, first you need to have an way. Okay. So get writer will return a print writer object. This print writer object can hold all the data. Okay. If you observe this code, you are creating the print writer object by using what? Response. So everything will be recorded in the response. Okay, simply it is available in the response. So that response will be given back to the client. Okay, see here response dot send redirect. As a response, you are redirecting the client to this. Okay, next response dot send redirect. Where should we redirect the client? To Google Chrome. So response dot get right. Print writer, then easy costing. Yes, import print writer. Okay, now everything is set. Here we are using the resources, right? Even it's a stream object which can read the data, not read, it will write the data. Okay, so connection is open. Everything is a resource. Okay, so that you can close pw dot pd spell mistake. So I saved the code. Okay, now let's try to run this application. Run as, run on site. Click on next. So now okay, next. So we will enter some data. Okay. Full stack developer. See, we redirected this request to Google server. Okay. See, next, the next thing is now we are just redirecting it to just Google. Okay, now in the next step we are going to search by using Google. Okay, so that what you need, you need to enter some data here, right? So that data will be passed here. Okay, we will add that to the URL, or simply you can say that appending data to the URL. Okay. So for that, what you need to do? For that, you need to pass this value, right? What is that value? You need to pass this value. ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే మనం రీడ్ చేసామో you need to pass that value to the Google server. Okay, that is what we are going to do in the next step. So let us stop this server. So what is the change? Just we can get the parameter by using request.getParameter, and here you will see we are just appending the name. Okay, so that you will try to search. open this and now read the data. How can we read the data? By using request, right? Request dot get parameter by what? By name. By name. Okay, so that you will get the data, right? That name can be name. Okay, we will pass that value to. Okay, so save this code. Now let's run this program. See here. So we are searching a particular word by using our application. See, some sites may provide the Google search. So that we'll do like this only. Okay. Any doubts here? Anybody observe? First, let me know. Any questions? No doubts. Okay, no problem. Till now we are using get, right? Get method. If you didn't mention any method here, still it is considered as a get. Okay. Now let us try to work with post. Method is equals to post. Does anybody observe the URL? You are seeing Java here, right? Okay. First of the server. So this is post method, right? So we changed this form method type to post. So let us change this. Here we are using do get method. So do get method will handle all the get type requests. Okay. Now this is not get type. This is post type. So change this do get to do post. Okay. So let's save this. Close. Close this. And now let's run this program. Post is not. Oh, spell mistake. still Java is available. Okay, by using some other form, we will try to differentiate get and post method. We cannot handle the post method by using get. Okay. Next we will see include method. So this is the form, and this is the servlet, and this is servlet 2. So client will request this servlet, and this servlet will request another servlet. Assume this is the case. Generally, how the control should flow. This is 1, this is 2. Then basically this is servlet 1, and this is servlet 2. Then this servlet will return the result to the client. Okay, this is one of the cases. Okay, so client will request a servlet 1, and servlet intern will request servlet 2. Finally, servlet 2 will process the request, and then it will return the result to the client. This is one way. Okay, so in the Kinavi system, so servlet 1 may not perform all the operations. Okay, so sometimes it may need some extra functionality. So assume that a login form. Okay. So login form is having username, password, and so on. Okay. You need to validate this. Okay. But you cannot do all in one step. Okay. So assume that you may have other email. Okay. So here you may try to check the username and password, and you will forward this from servlet 1 to servlet 2 when username and password are same or match. Okay, and in the servlet 2 you are trying to load the other number from the database, and you will try to check the email. If everything is right, you will redirect this to either client or to something else. Okay, ఇక్కడ this can be a client or can be another resource. Okay, uh, suppose this can be another servlet. Why can't it be a servlet? It is another servlet 3. Okay, maybe after validating all these things, it may request may forward this request to another servlet. Okay, or else it may display another form also. Okay, this is one scenario and this is another scenario. So this is one case. Another case is if you see here, a request has been sent to one servlet and response is receiving from another servlet, right? Instead of this, sometimes we may require that we need to forward the same request from the same servlet, not with different servers. What does it mean? So servlet 1 will respond to the request. Okay, so so servlet 2 will generate the response, and this response will be forwarded to the servlet 1, and in turn servlet 1 will try to get this data, and accordingly means based upon the uh, evaluation or business logic, it will give the response to the client. Now servlet 2 will not give any response to the client, only servlet 1 will give the response. Now assume this. So servlet 1 is performing some validations, and some extra functionality may be required at some other time. Okay, project design చేసిన later ఏదో ఒక రిక్వైర్మెంట్ వచ్చింది. In order to perform that, we are not going to disturb this existing code. We will simply write the code and create new servlet, and we will transfer this request to అనదర్ రిక్వెస్ట్. ఇక్కడైతే ఏదైతే ఎక్స్ట్రాగా మనం ఫంక్షనాలిటీ చేయాలనుకున్నామో ఆ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఇక్కడ పర్ఫామ్ చేసి వి విల్ గివ్ దిస్ రెస్పాన్స్ టు ద సర్వ్లెట్ 1, సో దట్ సర్వ్లెట్ 1 will take the decision accordingly and it will give the appropriate response to the client. Okay, this is nothing but include. Okay, this is nothing but include. This is nothing but forward or redirect. Okay, so what is meant by include means it will include the response. Okay, it performs some operation, right? So that result will be included with the response, and that response will be included means forwarded back to the subject. Okay, you can see this. We are having a form valid subject. Okay, which takes the response request. Okay, so this request has been processed here. If it is appropriate, we will send we will give appropriate message. Okay, we will forward him to another subject, means a home page or something else. If it is not, what we are going to do is we will generate the same login form and create some error message like username and password is not correct. Okay, So for that, what we need to do, we need to create a form servlet to perform validation one more servlet. Okay. Okay, let us create the form. Form is already created, right? So we will change this, or else we will create another project by just copying and pasting. See, right click on this project, copy, paste. This is include. We will just change the names. First select, save this, and open the index form. So this is username. This is password. Name equals to instead of Google search, let us change this. Right. So form is ready. So we can write it any way. Okay, so you can directly do all the code in this single servlet, or else you can forward this request to another servlet, and in that servlet you can also do the process. Okay, either you can do, not ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పారు కదా ఇలాగే చేయాల్సిన రూల్ ఏం లేదు. What he do here is he's taking the single servlet, he's checking the data. Okay, means he's checking the data. See here, he's considering one value. If that value matches this, means password. If the password is servlet, he will forward the request to the servlet 2. Okay, if the password is not matched with the given value, then he will be redirected. Means he will be redirected to index.html. In that, what we are doing is we are including this request and response. Okay, what we are including here means this one. Okay, దేనికి ఇంక్లూడ్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ మనం అంటే we are including to this index.html and we are writing this on the index.html. Okay, we are returning back, means we are including something in the current resource. Okay, current request. Okay. Let's write all these things. We already written responses and content type because what we are going to written on the screen it depends upon this. And this we are creating print writer object. We are getting name and let's take password. TW is first request dot get parameter TWT pass. Okay. Now you can use your core Java knowledge here. Okay. So let us remove all these things for now. You may call or you may design one more method. Okay. See, first write the basic code. Later we will see the methods. Okay. Uh, Now write the logic. If ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్న కన్స్టెంట్ ఏంటంటే హియర్ దే టేక్ ఏ స్టాండర్డ్ మీన్స్ హార్డ్ కోడెడ్ వాల్యూ విచ్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ సర్వ్లెట్. ఓకే, సో ద పాస్వర్డ్ మస్ట్ బి సర్వ్లెట్. ఫర్ నౌ వీ విల్ టేక్ వన్ మోర్ మెథడ్. ఇఫ్ PWT equals Naga name, then what we will do, request dot get dis dispatcher subnet. Okay, so we will redirect this request to another another resource. Okay, that resource can be servlet HTML or JSP. Okay, now that servlet is final or else response servlet. You can take any name, response servlet. Request dispatcher body. Request it out. Okay, dot for same request and same response. Okay, if not, what we will do, we will include this means we will display some other page. Okay, or the same page by showing the error message. For that, just to copy and paste. Here this is PD. Okay. Request dispatcher, add request to new get request dispatcher servlet. Now this is same index.html. And we are including the current request and response. Means if you generate any response in this servlet, the response will be forwarded. Okay, so this is for now. Okay, now it is already available right here, but this is not available. So let us create one more circuit. Okay. Response circuit. Here what he is doing is simply printing the uh, username on the console. Okay, so let us do the same thing. Let us copy this. First response.set content type. For mentioning what type of data you are going to display on the okay. So welcome this name. Okay. So this is not required. So let us save all the things. And now let's run this. The password must be Naga 99. Okay. Successfully we got 4 over error. Why 4 error? Set the servlet. Okay. Name. Control V. Save this. Let's go back and let's see. Server automatically restarted. Okay, reloaded the application. So shake it. Now it is what? Post method not supported. Where you need okay do post. See the error because of okay, it is post right. It is showing that method not allowed. Successful. Okay, let it be. Suggest you change this. So let's start. See, welcome Sheikh. Okay, so this is one case, right? So what is another case? Failed case. Okay. Let's go back and you shake it. Now the password is not Nagan Arjuna. I'm giving different. See, sorry, username or password error. This is how include works. Okay. Let us see some tips when to use include. See, we are not using any web.xml, right? Web.xml is very older. If possible, I will explain how to use web.xml. Okay. When to use dispatcher include method to place or include the response content of one servlet into another servlet. Okay, means here we are you may see here and ఇక్కడ మనం include రాసింటే బాగుంటుంది because we write here, right? This is the first servlet. Okay, so we can write include here, means this code include. So we can write this code here. Okay, so this data will be forwarded back to this servlet and this servlet will respond to the client. So the output of one servlet into another servlet response. Okay, client gets the response of both servlets. Okay, both servlets అంటే ప్రీవియస్ కేసులో ఒక సర్వ్లెట్ రెస్పాన్స్ మాత్రమే వస్తుంది. Okay, in previous case it will goes like this: servlet 1 and then servlet 2 and final response will be came from servlet 2 to the client. But now this is not the case. ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ఫస్ట్ కేసులో సర్వ్లెట్ 1 యొక్క రెస్పాన్స్ ఇక్కడ బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళట్లేదు. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ రెస్పాన్స్ సర్వ్లెట్ 2 ఈస్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఆర్ జనరేటింగ్ అనదర్ రెస్పాన్స్. ఓకే, నౌ by using include, client will request servlet 1 and servlet 1 will forward the request to servlet 2 and in turn servlet will do some calculation or some logic and then it will return the result back to the servlet 1 and this response is included in this response. Okay, that response will be forwarded back to client. Okay, so what are the real-time scenarios? So see the login validation. Suppose a project involves a few login screens. Okay, multiple login screens developed by different programmers. Of course, every programmer uses the same standard username and password as per the guidance of project manager. Any small change in the logic should be affected in each programmer's servlet. Okay, ఒక కోడ్ మీరు అంటే ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ని డెవలప్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ టు చేంజ్ ద కోడ్ of the existing project because it is already deployed in the client side. So you cannot do just like that. Okay, so it may take a lot of efforts, lot of time, a lot of resource. Okay, so even ఒకసారి డిప్లాయ్ చేసిన తర్వాత అంత ఈజీ కాదు అంటే it is not possible to hold the application. Okay, can you hold the bank application for 2-3 days? Like, no, you cannot. Okay, like that. So in order to do some changes, okay, any small change in the logic should be affect in the each programmer server. Okay, ఒక చోట కోడ్ చేంజ్ చేస్తే సరిపోదు. There are lot of dependencies. Okay, to overcome that, let us plan a central servlet. I call it as S2 and to validate the login data. Login data and validate cheyadaniki we can take S2. Okay, now client called the servlet S1. Okay, developed by the programmer. The programmer sends the client data actually coming to S1. Okay, to S2. Actually client request account చేస్తుంది S1 నుంచి వస్తుంది, దాన్ని మనం S2 కి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తాం. S2 servlet validates the data and send back the result of validation to S1. Now S1 sends the result of the validation to the client. Okay, this is what we have done now. Okay, you can take one more example. These are real-time scenarios. Okay, I hope you are having this drive link. Okay, you can go through this link. Previously also I provided servlet collaboration, send redirect, servlet dispatcher. Okay, hope it will help you. So any doubts up to this? Okay. Uh, can you do some code on your own? Can you create the database connection? I can give it as a task. Okay. Now we are having uh, we can develop the application by using layer technology, layer model. Okay, so we are having three layers: front end layer, logic business logic layer, and back end layer. Currently we are using two layers. First one is forms, and second one is controllers. Servlets mana controllers and kuda antaru. Okay, it will control access to and access business logic. Okay, now what we are lacking is database connection. Okay, you may create database connection in one class. See, you can take. Okay, so before that, I will give some tasks to you. As of now, I created one login page, right? Login.html. Now, create home page on your own. Okay, homepage.html. Next, profile.html. Logout.html. Okay, just to create this logout, login homepage profile logout. Okay, these pages. Flow along the line. First, it will show the login page. First of all, login page. Then home page. If he is required, you can create profile. You can redirect him to profile, or else logout lo em undadandi. Okay, you can just redirect to login page. Okay, this is what you need to do. So let us see some basic things here. You are forwarding the request from here to search a separate, right? Here you are taking the form values by using get parameter by name and password by using get parameter. So in order to get this, what you are using request, right? So you can have the input data in request object, which is already available. Okay, if you provide, it will be available. If you didn't provide, you cannot get anything. Okay, or else let us see string xyz is equals to request dot get parameter of age. Do you have age? Let us print here. XYZ. Okay. And also let us print SY spoke on the console XYZ. Okay. Just for testing purpose. ఒకవేళ మన ఫామ్లో లేని డేటాని ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? సేవ్ దిస్. రిఫ్రెష్. Okay. See what you are getting? Null, right? You're getting null. Let us go back. Instead of Naga 99, just give some random. Yeah. See what you are getting here? Null. So, if you are trying to access some unknown parameter in the controller, in the servlet, you will get what? Null. Why null? Because what is the type of this? It is written in the string format, okay? So that you are accessing by using string. So what's the default value of string? How many of you know what is the default value of string? Let us see how many will answer this question. Only one person. So the default value of string data type is null. So that's why we are getting null here. Okay. So one more thing. See, we are forwarding the request to response servlet, right? So we are forwarding the request to response servlet. So this request will be forwarded to this servlet. Now, how can you, how we are able to access the parameters here? One more question. ఇక్కడ రీడ్ చేసిన డేటాని మీన్స్ ఇక్కడ మనం రీడ్ చేస్తాం కదా గెట్ పారామీటర్ బై నేమ్. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న డేటాని రిక్వెస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఉన్న డేటాని ఇంకో సర్వ్లెట్లో ఎలా యాక్సెస్ చేయగలుగుతున్నాం? See, request is same, right? Request is same. This request is forwarded to that. See here, from such a servlet, we are having a request and response objects. So these are the same objects we are using in the forward method. Both the same request and response. So this request is provided to the forward method. So it will be transferred to this. See here, same request response. So this is the response. This is the request that we are having here. So ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే రిక్వెస్ట్ పాస్ చేస్తామో అదే రిక్వెస్ట్ ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ చేస్తాం. సో దట్ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద సేమ్ రిక్వెస్ట్. ఓకే, సో అప్ టు దిస్ క్లియర్? Up to this clear? Okay, this is for today's class. So we will see the continuation in tomorrow's class. Okay, so in later class we will try to see session handling. Okay, what is meant by session means whenever you are trying to log in, trying to log into a website, it will identify you, right? సో బేసిక్గా మనం లాగిన్ అవుతే మనల్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తుంది. ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తుంది? ఇక్కడ తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే హెచ్టిటిపి ఈజ్ ఏ స్టేట్లెస్ ప్రోటోకాల్, రైట్? సో హెచ్టిటిపి ఈజ్ ఏ స్టేట్లెస్ ప్రోటోకాల్. ఓన్లీ for each request a means for each access a new request will be created. Okay, so request doesn't identify whether who means మనం ఎవరు ఐడెంటిఫై చేయలేదు. సో ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై యూ ఆన్ ఆల్ ద పేజెస్ యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ సమ్ మెకానిజం. Okay, so HTTP doesn't store your data. So by using session handling we can handle this. Okay, so that we will store the data in some way, so that for each request we will we will cross check whether the given person is here, whether the given person is currently accessing the page or not. Okay, so that is what we are going to do in session handling, means identifying the person whether he is the right person or not to access a particular page. Okay, so that is what we are going to do in the next session. Okay, and similarly we will see filters. If possible we will see filters, so that we will discuss some more things meanwhile. Okay, so that's it. So try to create these pages. Okay, we can create all these pages, and next I will try to I will try to explain this how to forward the links from this page to this page and this page to this page, means creating a page and creating the links. See, let us consider this is a navigation bar. Okay, this is a navigation bar, and here you may see that login option as well as logout option. Okay, you may see some profile also here, profile like this. These are not just a text, this can be a text or it can be a button. Okay, by clicking on this you will be redirected to profile page, by clicking on this you will be redirected to login page, by clicking on logout you will be redirected to the home page. Okay, if time permits we will go to this concept. Okay, when we are going to discuss session, we will look all the session timeout on these things. Okay, means I will show you some logic. No file location. If you did it, it's well. Okay, you need not to prove that to me. Okay, so let us see some logic to work with the time. I too don't remember, but you need to know how to get the data or how to get the code. Control O Java time. There is a class package called time package. Okay, you will get all the data. See here, simple date format is a class. By using this class, you will get the data. Okay, you will have so many methods. Okay, these are the time. Now we will see the time here. Let's see this example. By using the data object, you will get the date and along with time. But actually what we need is we need time, get current time. Okay, All these things comes under business logics. We need only connected time. Okay, maybe by changing this format, we may get. Yes. Okay. You will also have calendar class. Okay. Java.util.calendar. Or else you can directly use time object. Time. Okay, let us start. Then we will see. Okay. Let us write here. See how to write a new method here. It's similar to another method creation. Okay, so mostly we will not write business logics in the servlets. Okay, void indeed. This is Java tutorial. Save this. You need to run the servlet entire application for performing this. Okay. ఇలా చేయడం కన్నా ఒక క్లాస్ తీసుకొని అక్కడ డేట్ లాజిక్ అంతా రాసేసుకొని అది పక్కగా వర్కౌట్ అవుతుంటే దాన్ని మీరు తీసుకెళ్ళి ఎక్కడెక్కడ కావాలి అక్కడ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, దట్స్ బెటర్. Okay, we did a mistake. We just created the method, but we didn't call it right. So here I will call the method date. Okay, save this and let's run this program. Okay. Okay. Now you see the date, right? Along with uh, date and time. So first, in order to calculate the time, you need to get the time, right? You need to exclude this and you need to get this. By taking this, you can uh, start the timer. Okay, you need to write some logic, or if some mechanism is already available, you can use that, or else you can convert this time into minutes or seconds. By minus means by taking the difference between the starting time and ending time, you can create the time. If the time exceeds the limit, then you can automatically you can redirect the user to the logout home page. Okay, so that is how you can uh, give the session time. Okay, దీనికి ఇంత కష్టపడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. When we are going to work with sessions, automation timeout will be happen. Okay, so that it will be redirected to the home page or whatever we mention. Okay, clear? This is hard coding. Okay, by getting the time object and doing all these things. Clear, right, Anusha? Okay, so we will see the continuation in next class. Okay, thank you.